Hello learners, I'm Madam Violet from Manyata Primary School, and I'm going to take you through social studies. Our today's lesson is on resources and economic activities. Resources and economic activities. That is our lesson today. And first of all, we are going to talk about farming under economic activity. And we know that in Kenya, we do a lot of farming. And under farming, we produce crops. And the crops that we produce are either food crops or we have the cash crops. Basically, our today's lesson, we are going to handle the cash crops. But before we handle the cash crops, we are talking of the food crops as a definition, that these are the food that are planted and are not sold. They are eaten at home. So when we talk of the cash crops, these are the crops grown for sale. And we have different types of these cash crops. We plant tea to sell, and mostly we export them to different countries. We have coffee, we have flowers, we have cotton, and we have wheat. Our today's lesson, we are going to base it on the tea. And as we know, tea is the most common crop grown in Kenya. So we also have the importance of this tea. We talk of tea as when it is processed, the processed tea leaves makes us have a drink, and the drink will be tea. Then we also talk of tea as another importance. It earns the government foreign exchange. And when I talk of the foreign exchange, this is basically money. So whenever we sell our produce to other countries, that is exporting, we earn foreign exchange as a country. We earn money as a country. Then we are talking of it offers job opportunities. You'll find so many countries, so many families are employed in the tea factories. Excuse me. So we also have, it has, the planting of tea has also improved the living standards of the people. So you find so many families live well. They'll not lack, because at least they'll have something to put on their table. So we are also talking of, it is a source of income. And we are talking of income. Remember, we are talking of money. We've talked of the foreign exchange as money. We are talking of the income. So what is this income? What is this income? Income we are talking of, it is the money which comes in through either wages, through benefits, through income support, child benefits, and we have the pensions. So having known what income is, and we've talked of money, there is foreign exchange as money, we want to talk about where children get this money. Children, where do you think you can get your money? Where do you find money? Where do you get your money? How do you get your money? Yes, Aquinas? Okay. So he's saying she gets her money once she has a birthday, and then friends give her. Any other person, where do you get your money? Yes, Esther? Okay, that is good. So Esther says she does some duties and then she's paid. And that is where she gets her money. Then we are talking of any other person? Brigitta? Good. She says that she gets her money from doing some duties as well, and some pocket money. So having known that this is where we get our money, we also have this question. What can you do with the money that you have? What can you do with the money that you've been given as the birthday present, or the money that you've got from some earnings and so forth? What can you do with the money? Yes, Victoria? Okay, buying a shoe. Kevin? Buying a big house. Okay, that is good. Any other person? What can you do with the money that you earn? Buying some sweets. So it's all right. Any other person? What can you do with the money that you earn? Yes, Peter? He's saying he can go for holidays to some other places, that is touring. That is good. So, we've talked of all these, where we can find money and what we can do with our money. But the question is, can we all afford these, all the things you've mentioned with the money that you earn? Can we all afford it? Yes, learners, can we all afford all this? No. Why? Why do you say no? Okay, it's because the kind of money you get may not be enough to buy a big house. That is good. And any other person? Sometimes you get 50 bob. It's all right, but the 50 bob cannot be buy a big house. So that is why we cannot afford all this. And remember, there are those who do not get at all. So they cannot afford all these things. So we can either afford or not afford. I remember stories told of a young boy called Juma. This Juma was a football player. And when he was a football player, he actually came back one day from practicing. And he told his parents that he was chosen as one of those that are going to represent his team in a tournament in Nairobi. And remember, they were going to be there for 1 week. So being there for 1 week, they were required to pay 10,000 shillings. These 10,000 shillings. Sometimes the parents can afford, sometimes the parents cannot afford. But this is a case whereby Juma's mom could not afford it. So he told his son that he could not afford, since the mom told him she could not afford, since she only earns 10,000. Juma was so much sad. But then there was nothing the mother could do. So the mother talked sense to his mind, and he understood the fact that not every day that he can always get his way over or out. So we can learn from this story of Juma. We need to live according to our means. If we don't live according to our means, then we'll find ourselves getting into wrong areas. This is where you'll find ourselves getting into robberies, gambling, and so forth. Girls may even end up prostituting so that they get the money, and this is not good. So having said all this, we are talking of some worked children, learners. We want to just talk about a brief work. Baraza wants a bike, and if he wants a bike, we are talking of the income, the money that we get in. So this income, mommy earns 40,000 shillings from the sale of tea. 40,000. And the 40,000 is now the income of the family. And we have the expenses all together. The expenses means the money that goes out. So having the expenses, Baraza's bicycle cost 10,000, food is 8,000, then we have the fees at 10,000, and the rent cost 10,000. Learners, how much will be the expense in total? How much? Yes? Christopher? 38. Yeah, wonderful. It will be 38 as the expenses in total. So it means that out of the 40,000, there is something little left. How much is left? Having the income of 40,000 and the expenses at 38,000. What is left? Yes, Aquinas again. Wonderful. That will be 2,000. So this family will save, mommy will save 2,000 because it is the money that is not going to be spent in any way. So the question is, learners, will Baraza get his bicycle? Will Baraza get his bicycle following these expenses and the income? Yes? Yes, Terry? Oh, wonderful. Yes, Baraza will get his bicycle. So having come to the end of the lesson, we have actually realized that, learned that we have income, which is money that we get from working very hard. And as learners, you've taken us through how you earn this money. So I'm going to leave you with some work, and I will expect that we go over it come our next lesson. That is going to be tomorrow. Do you have papers? Do you have books? Can I see your books? Raise your hands. Can you put your books up? I see the pens. Good. So, we are going to have some work to be done. And in our next lesson tomorrow, let us all have them. Make sure you copy it in your books. So learners, this is the homework, and I expect to see this homework come tomorrow. Otherwise, we have come to the end of our lesson, and come tomorrow, I'll make sure that the books are checked. Thank you very much.